Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 2019. The last episode we got to use our brand new Case Puma, which we have right here. And I gotta say, as much as I love that John Deere, I might have to say this Puma's a little better. Now it could also be the fact that this is a much more powerful machine, but overall, definitely can't complain about it one bit. Now, I did look at our fields. We have two immediate things that we need to do. One, our field is absolutely infested with weeds, so we're going to have to pull out the weeder right off the bat and combat all of that so that we can maximize our yield. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. And it looks like our crops are too mature to use the weeder. Okay. Not a problem. We'll fold her right on up. And I did finally get the pallet of, gosh, what is that stuff? Pesticide. Finally got the pallet of pesticide from the store. So we can go ahead and park this. That means that we have all of it here, and we should have well more than enough to take care of field 14 and field 15, known as field 14. 415. Sure, we'll go with that, 415. So we'll go ahead and get this bad boy unfolded. The only reason I own it is for the crops that need to be sprayed with pesticide. So that's always good. Yeah, we're dousing your chemicals. Dousing it in chemicals purely because, kind of felt like it the day. So we'll go ahead and just start. Go ahead and do right down the middle. Begin. Especially with how wide this thing is, no harm in doing it. Definitely a lot wider than our weeder and a heck of a lot wider than our fertilizer spreader. And I have kind of thought about looking into what the cost difference is using, a sprayer such as this compared to, keeping that fertilizer spreader. Now, we will have to keep it no matter what in order to spread lime every few harvests, but I think we might actually end up having to do that after this harvest right here. So there will go a little bit of money having to deal with. But I don't know, kind of curious what the difference is between solid and liquid. Eventually, we're going to try and go to, slurry, manure, all that fun stuff. But for now, we're just going to stick with the cheap synthetic crap that everybody hates and says it's terrible for the environment and for us. Because we'll take our chances. I think we'll be okay. So we have one pass down. I can already see that we're starting to run into some more of them, so we can go ahead and might overlap a little bit, but that's fine. I'd rather overlap, make sure we get them all, than not overlap and end up missing a few of the weeds in our field. Luckily, this doesn't use a ton of pesticide in it, so we're able to kill quite a few with just that one gigantic container that we purchased a little bit back. I mean, this tractor is just handling it fine. I mean, 6M took care of it fine, but I don't know, I'm finding so many reasons to love this tractor. It's almost making me wish and think about getting rid of the T560 to pick up a case. Can't remember what series they have. I know they have the 9, but I can't remember if they had another one in the middle, like an 8 series, kind of like they had the 7130. A lot of the previous. Oh, Don't want to take out the sign. Don't want to be that guy. So we'll fold it up just to get us through here. Immediately fold it right back out. Now, while we're here, I did look at some contracts, but we don't have any. I'm just kind of trying to take an idea, get a peek of how much we have left, how far over we need to be. So we do need to be a decent bit more over here, so that we're not wasting a ton of our spray. Looks like about here is where the line is. That should actually get us all the way done with this half of the field, which is awesome. It's fantastic. Then I noticed that we're going to have to go get a corner down there by where we store all our stuff. So once we get all this stuff finished, get the other side over there completely weeded, sprayed, we'll take care of that little splotch, so that we can have the entire field ready to go. And once we get it done, we'll also go ahead and get the fertilizer spreader on her, because she's going to need it to make sure we get 100% yield. Well, not 100%, to get 200% yield on this field. Because in the end, that's the name of the game, is trying to get just as many crops out of the ground as we possibly can. Even though this stuff isn't overly expensive and we don't have to use it a ton, I don't want to waste a drop if I don't have to. Especially because I think the last time we used it, we only needed to do it on field 14, so I did not remember the exact amount that were required for the entire field, so that's on me. Not a big deal. Just means it's going to use a little bit more and we'll be able to finish off the barrel, the crate, whatever you want to call it, the pallet that we brought over, and be able to get that completely finished and just go ahead and have it loaded up in here in the machine so that it's ready at a moment's notice. And this pass is almost finished. She's chugging right along. She is moving. I'm really excited to get this harvest done, purely because it means that we're going to get a chance to use our seeder again and just see how well this tractor handles it. That was one of the biggest areas that I noticed the 6M was lacking in power a little bit, was dealing with the seeder. You could just kind of see it, feel it. Is that a weed there? No, it is not. It did not disappear. But anyway, one of the areas you could really see that the 6M was struggling as far as power was dealing with that seeder. Instead of going the 9 miles an hour that it was capable of going, it was, I mean, you guys saw it, it was sitting right there at 4, 5 if we're lucky. So being able to get that bumped up is going to be a huge boon for us as far as seeing just how much this tractor is worth for us. I mean, I think it's worth quite a bit, especially if she's able to do as much as I think she'll be able to. She'll be a solid tractor, probably one of those that we'll even keep later on. Just got to keep her maintained, keep her working hard, keep her ready to go. One of the things with this tractor that I do like, I hadn't realized, I mean, I know it's not directly related to the tractor, but the fact that I didn't realize you could actually paint the front weights in 2019 yet. I thought I was just going to be stuck with the plain, you know, blackish gray, whatever color you want to call it. I also like the fact that when you're choosing colors, it also gives you the names of them as well, so that you know what you're color matching to. No, I'm not the first person to mention that, but doesn't change that it, you know, doesn't change the fact that it's a really nice little thing, you know, something they didn't have to add, but that definitely makes it much more enjoyable instead of guessing which green is going to match my John Deere tractor or which red is going to match my brand new case right here. You know, definitely a phenomenal thing to add to it. And hopefully I'm not the only one who thinks that. Hopefully you guys agree with that. I think we have one more pass with this sprayer that we need to get done. Once that's done, see what happens. You know, I do want to get the fertilizer done now, but if there is a contract available, there were quite a few overnight, but no, I don't think we really want to deal with, you know, farming in the middle of the night. Not necessarily the most fun thing in the world. You can't see anything out there. Now I'm just trying to find the weeds, because we've sprayed quite a few of them already. So I'm seeing them there now. Definitely have to crane your eye. They blend in pretty well with the crops in the field. Makes it a little more challenging, but I'm sure that's the same way it is for, you know, the farmer out there, your neck of the woods, spraying his soybeans. And it looks like we did get an achievement. I'm assuming that's fertilizing 10 hectares, which is kind of ironic that we earned it while we are spraying pesticide, of all things, instead of spraying, you know, actual fertilizer. Found that kind of funny, kind of ironic. Alright, we should have this corner done. Let's check the map real quick to be sure. One tiny strip there. If I can find it, I'll try and spray it. But if I can't... Oh, we're right on top of it. Okay. I'll just kind of do this, get some of it. Especially since we can't see it, it's going to be kind of hard to spray it. We got part of it. As much as I want to go ahead and get it done, I'm not going to worry about it. We'd be wasting a ridiculous amount of pesticide in order to get just a tiny little swath. So I don't want to worry about that. I don't want to waste all that pesticide. We'll just spray this corner real quick. A little bit larger, and it's a little easier to get. Well, when it's done, which is right now, while it's folding up, we'll look. Yeah, we got it done. Head over here so that we can get it filled back up with all of the pesticide that we still have left. Shouldn't be too much. Yeah, so that one's completely gone. I think we have just shy of enough. Why are you unfolding again? That's not what I asked you to do. Go to your home. Go to your home, ball. So we'll go ahead and drop that. Sit here. Let's see what contracts there are real quick. I'll take you guys along for that. But we could do a baling one. I don't really want to have to rent all the equipment. It's a harvesting one over on field 25, which is all the way down here. The only thing with that is how long it would take to get all the equipment there. We have these transporting ones, but I'm lenient, not lenient, hesitant towards those just because of how much uncertainty there is as to what exactly they're going to ask us to transport. Same with this one. Then we have some more baling that we could do. Let's see, field 1 and field 9. Field 9 is up here. Field 1 is over here. And we take them to barn. Not the barn, just barn, wherever that is. Ah, it's all the way down here. You know what? I think we'll do a mowing mission real quick. Because we haven't never messed with baling this game before, so I think it'll be a fun little thing to mess around with. So I'll shut this tractor off, come over here, get everything, and I will see you guys once we're ready over at field 9. Alright. We are here at field 9. It's a little bit, but we made it. It was a bit of an been an interesting journey over here just because we are going to have to make quite a few trips back over there to get all of our stuff because, not only do we have this, our huge mower. Oh, now you can actually see the line. I hadn't actually been able to tell before. Now you can kind of see it there. You have to kind of look at it like this, but you can see the line where it's going on the dirt. Nice, actually. But anyway, just the sheer amount of equipment that we were given for it means it's gonna take a little bit of time before we can actually get everything over here. So I'm not gonna do all of it immediately. We're just gonna go ahead and get started with the mowing. And I am already missing a small little section over here. So we'll back right on up and pick that stuff up. I do like and dislike at the same time that it won't cut the grass that isn't technically on the field. It's a little bit different, but definitely kind of a nice little thing that they added. Make sure that you're not getting too much out of the area. And you can just fly with the mower. Holy crap. That's pretty wild. Yeah, there's our first pass done. How far can we go? What? I guess it isn't constraining you to the field. Okay. So we ran well past it, but should still be able to go ahead and mow it and bale it and be able to sell it. So that might be a little bit more profit for us in the end. That's definitely good to know. I kind of like that. So I know at home is usually not probably the most relaxing thing for you, but fellas, go ahead, six back. Yeah, not six back. Sit back, enjoy the ride, and this will probably be the one time you actually enjoy mowing. At least I hope it is. Alright, one tiny little pass left. And then I think I saw one blade of grass that I'm going to try and seek out and get rid of. Oh, okay, you can actually lift them both with one. That's actually kind of neat. And here is that blade of grass. Bye-bye. Oh, turned it off instead of lowering it. Good job. I definitely did a great job there. Alright. That is taken care of. We will fold both sets up. And we will park them over here by technically a merger, but it fits into the windrower category. It's kind of confusing to me as to what exactly it is, and also a little bit frustrating. And here's what I mean. I'll go ahead and detach this. We'll go in here to the shop. So here's the windrowers. Here's the one we have, $110,000, 9-meter working width. Now, if I was personally leasing one, would have gone with this. Half the cost and a larger working width. So I'm not curious. Not that I'm not curious. I am extremely curious as to why exactly the Merge Max 902 is worth the amount of money that it is, and why they would give this to us instead of the other machine, you know? Why would we get this instead of, say, that hibiscus, whatever it is? Does this just seem, I don't know. This one just doesn't seem to be as, just doesn't seem like it's the same machine, like it's quite as good of a machine. So we'll go ahead and turn it on, and we'll see. Okay, so it's adding it just to one side. Okay. That's interesting. And I'm gonna have to back up, and it looks like it just puts it all into one pile over there. So what I am curious about, as we line it back up, I'll just leave that tiny little section, not a big deal. But as we line it up, what I will be curious about is, will it merge to the other side as well? As in, just make one gigantic swath at the very end that we get to pick up all at once and just create a gigantic line of bales. If it does that, I have no issue with it, but just how narrow it is seems weird to me. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Because at least to me it's a little odd. So there's one pass down. And just to see what happens, let's line this up a little bit better. But just out of curiosity to see what happens, we'll include this. And it's just going to go into that one side still. Okay. Definitely does not make sense to me, but I'm not the one who created it, so we'll work with it. But that still is fairly frustrating, at least in my eyes. It's going to take that much longer to get it done. But I'm not going to bore you guys with it. I will get all of this finished and see you guys when it's time to go pick up the baler from the store. Looks like we are on the home stretch as far as... And I missed a tiny spot. Damn it. But we are on the home stretch as far as getting this stuff windrowed, merged, whatever word you want to use to describe it, because I don't know at this point. I don't know what the difference is between a merger, a windrower, why this thing is almost double the price of the windrower, yet it's less than... The windrower is more than 50% larger. I don't know anything at this point about what the hell this is. So we'll go ahead and start getting this finished up. We can bale it. I believe we also have to wrap it. So that'll be, wrapping it will actually be kind of fun. First time seeing a square bale wrapper. Because I know I never messed with... I messed with the round bale wrapper, but I never downloaded or even looked for a square bale wrapper. So square bale did have a lot more advantages than the round did. Especially in terms of what the bale collector was. Because that Arcusin is absolutely fantastic. Alright, very last bit. I will come in here, hit that. There are tiny spots that we didn't get, but we are definitely right there at the tip. I will head to the store and see you guys once we are connected to a square baler. It's ready to go. Okay, we are hooked up to the baler. Taking it right on back. And we almost got hit by a train. So it's an eventful journey getting it out of there. Just trying to get it back. We did also go ahead and attach the front weight since they gave it to us, so we might as well go ahead and use it. Get it completely tricked out. As much as you can trick out a tractor, especially one of these that we don't necessarily own. And I think everything except for the mower that we've gotten has been Kuhn, now that I think about it. Kuhn Baler, that Merge Max is a Kuhn. I'm pretty sure all but the Arcusin from here on out is going to be Kuhn stuff. Which they actually have a really nice thread as well. I don't know how it compares to Case IH Red. Oh, and if you want to see something, see all our equipment just sitting over there, patiently watching us as we work with other equipment. Hopefully not getting jealous at us. I know the Combine still hadn't gotten over the fact that we got rid of their John Deere buddy and that now they're having to be friends with a Case IH. But I think they'll get over it in time. Just need to give them a little bit of space. They'll figure it out. They'll understand that it was for the better. But it means they get that much more work to do. Especially since I think we could actually end up getting we could get a bigger trailer, now that I think about it. We should be able to get a bigger trailer to haul everything, which means we can get larger contract jobs. Okay, so now, here we go. Get to test out a baler for the first time. And you can see just how much grass we ended up mowing just by how quickly that tiny little thing is over half a bale. Half a bale that we already have. That is ridiculous. It's incredible. It's ridiculous that there's that much grass on this field. Like, there's a completed bale. Alright? We just completed a bale already. Now it needs to get pushed out, but it's full. It's been done. We're probably going to get a second one on this pass right here. So I'm actually really excited about it, because that's going to be quite a bit of income, I would think. Especially since we should get quite a bit of stuff. If we turn into silage, we'll get quite a bit in return. Because we'll definitely have a few bales that still need to be sold that'll have been completed after we fulfilled the contract obligations. There falls the first bale that's guaranteed. Come out. Although I do think we can manually unload it once we completely finish. So that's probably where our profit's going to come from, are the manually unloaded ones. Just, that's my feeling. I'm actually kind of scared to see how thick the swath on the end is that we put a ton of stuff into. Also makes me terrified. Terrifies me to think if we combine this all into just one gigantic swath. I think I'm going to do that the next time we do a baling contract. Just do one gigantic swath at the end, just to see how fast it can fill up the baler. It would probably save us a bunch of time as well. We only have to do one pass with the baler instead of going up and down the field like this. So it might actually be worthwhile to go ahead and do that. But despite all that, I'm not going to bore you guys with sitting here, so once we get the bale wrapper, once we're ready to use the wrapper, turn these into some beautiful little silage bales, I will catch up with you. So see you guys in a little bit. Alright, we are arriving back here at the store. Kind of trying to figure out if there's a way I can get both of these back over there. One trip. But I don't think possible. Much as I wish it was, I think we're just gonna have to make it another trip down to pick up the auto stacker. Once we get all the bales wrapped. And you guys just need to see exactly how many bales we have, because it's gonna take a while to get all of them done. Because there is a hell of a lot that we need to wrap, but I think this little machine, is it a Kuhn? Yep, Kuhn SW4014, she can handle it. Just gonna take her a while. Gonna get a nice little workout in, trying to get all of these bales taken care of, because for whatever reason, grass yields quite a bit. Oh, looks like our own field also came done. We didn't fertilize it. Damn it. Oh well, once we get this done, we can save that for a later time. Not a big deal. But still get pretty decent yield, especially since we did get it weeded. But here we are coming up on the field, and this is actually going to be the first time I've ever used I think I mentioned it, actually I know I mentioned it, but I haven't used the square bale wrapper before, so I'm actually really excited to see how it works. That definitely is not even grounded. I probably just abused the heck out of this thing. But start down here, kind of work our way through. Kind of wonder how perfectly you have to hit the bales. Because with some of the bale collectors in FS17, you had to hit it just right to get to pick it up. Looks like it's not overly precise, so it makes it a little bit easier. So let's see just how it works. I've seen videos, but I haven't actually seen it when I'm the one controlling it. So, okay. Kind of goes around. Not the same as the round, but a little bit different design. Then do I have to manually unload it? Yes, I do. Alright. I will go through all of this, and when it's time for the Artisan, I will get ready to do that and have you guys join me for that. Alright, should be coming up on the field any second now. Huh, that's weird. A bunch of marshmallows instead of bales. Wonder if they're edible. But no, seriously. You can see we have all of the bales turned into silage. Good old silage bales. Now all we have to do is pick them up with our fancy Artisan auto stacker. Once that is done, we will need multiple trips to get it done. However, once she is full, we will be able to go ahead and take her down there to the barn and get her unloaded and ready to go. Get everything sold so that we can make a little bit of money off of this. And apparently I like to just nail the bales with my tractor, which unfortunately is a lot easier to do than you might think. So snag this bale up. Got us one more here. I'm gonna try and float between two rows if possible in order to make it that much quicker. So instead of having to fly all over the place, you know, it should reduce the number of trips that we have to make in half, the number of lines that we have to follow. Part of what I'm doing is trying to make it that much quicker and easier to get all the bales on here, just because we have so many of them. And it is a bit of a pain in the butt to get to the barn. Like, you'll see what I mean. Fortunately, there's a road, but we were very close to having to go all the way around to field 23, 25, 26 if I hadn't noticed the road. Just sitting there waiting used. Because the barn just not in a convenient spot. As much as that pains me to say, it's just not. So, build another barrel. Not barrel, bale. We can go ahead and fold everything up here, and we can start on that journey. Get down there. So once we get close to when we get to the shop, we'll pull up the map so we can kind of be 100% sure where we're going. And I'm also, while we're unloading, going to take a second to see how much completion we have. I know that we're right at 20%. Pretty sure that's just based on the mowing that we did. In fact, I know it is because baling and wrapping did not change the percentage one bit, which is kind of unfortunate when you think about it. Kind of, I don't know, just kind of sucks not to see the progress show up. But we'll see just how much we get whenever we end up dropping off these bales at the barn. Not only, you know, percentage as far as how much we have finished with the contract, but also with how much just overall. And I guess they're technically the same thing when you think about it. But we're getting kind of close to the shop. I'll go ahead and pull up the map here. I don't like to use it a ton. And I love being able to see where I am, but it does kind of take up some space. I will give you that. So you can see it right over there. You can kind of see what I mean by how much we have to just go all the way around. Luckily, just to the west of Field 23 there is a tiny little road, but it's really hard to see if you're not looking for it. So that's kind of what I mean by how we almost had to go all the way around to 19, 24, 25, 26 just to even get to the barn so that we could sell the bales. That's kind of what I mean when I say it is a little bit annoying just how much driving we're gonna have to do to get all the way over there, especially since they gave us Field 9. Although I guess somewhere like Field 23 wouldn't have much better of wouldn't have a very good yield. So I guess I can kind of see why it is, but it would be nice if it was a little bit easier to get to. So it should be just up here on our right. We'll kind of come in here so that we can see a little bit more easily. We won't have anything kind of distracting, wanting to block our path. I think it's this one right here. Go ahead and put the blinker on. We'll actually use it for once. Oh, we're gonna have to make a really wide turn with this thing. Okay, so we will do that. At least attempt to. Yeah, this thing has a very wide turn radius. Oh, that's a little metal junkyard, little scrapyard. Actually, a really nice touch. I like it. This road is really narrow. Oh my god. So, I believe we are here at the barn. Check the map. Yes, we are. This little shack. Wait, this is the barn. I can see the thing there. That's a little unimposing. I guess that's the best way to put it. And what's the button to unload this thing? It is Y. Go ahead and start the procedure. Gotta see how it wants to unload them. If it's gonna cooperate. There we go. I believe I have to hit it again. Okay, that is 40% of the contract completed, so we're making some good progress with it. 16 bales really did quite a bit for us. Okay, how do I fold the thing up? That final thing. What? There it goes. I was trying to figure out why. Sorry, why it was taking so long. I didn't know if it was in a wrong position. I had to hit a button, but I guess it just takes some time for it to want to fold back in afterwards. So, the more you know. I don't want to bore you guys with the rest of this stuff because it's a long drive back there, a long drive back here. Once we're on the last load, I will see you guys once we reach that point. Okay, it looks like we have every single bale on that field collected already. The grand total, wait for it, 45 bales. And based on the percentages we saw, looks like we only needed 40, so that should be 5 bales of profit. And I'm kind of curious to see what the rate is, like how much we're going to end up getting. Probably go look at the screen, go look at the prices screen, but I think it's going to be a fun little surprise. I do think we can save a little bit of time though by cutting through the spinnery, so I think we're going to try that in order to get there. And we'll see if it saves us any amount of time compared to going around all the way to the shop. It's making a gigantic loop. It is an extremely bumpy ride, but I think it might save us a little bit of time and be worthwhile. Come on. Come on, move. There we go. Some of these drivers they just want to take forever to get out of your way. And I don't know why. I don't know why they can't speed up just a little bit. Especially, it's a 35. You should not be going 20 in a 35. Like, that's just asking for trouble. That's just asking to get honked at for people to get really pissed off at you. I'm gonna be honest. There it is. I knew we were getting close, but I couldn't remember exactly where this road was. We're gonna have to make a really tight turn that I do not want to make within the cab. This trailer is extremely long. It does take a little bit of getting used to. This feels like it's about 1,000,000 times faster. Wow. I don't know why we didn't do this to begin with. It's an extremely bumpy road, but I mean, I'll take a little bit of a jostling in order to save all that time compared to going all the way around. We just have to make a left turn. It's clear. And then we're gonna hang kind of in the middle because we already know how tight this turn is so and how wide we're gonna have to swing it. So we'll even hit the grass over here to be safe. Rubbing a little bit, but it's not our tractor, not our implement, so I'm not as concerned. They didn't want it to rub, they would have put guards on it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright. We are at the barn. I'm gonna go ahead and gonna hit a car. Just a scratch on the like a Volvo or something. We'll go ahead and start raising it. Get it ready while we're getting into position. So 3, 2, 1. Bye bye bales. And we made 32.75 on that. That's not terrible. I think that's what, 6.55 a bale, roughly. So we have our contract completely finished. We made just shy of $9,000 at $8,918. Go ahead and collect on that. As you can see, there are a ton more missions that we can do in the future, including we could do more sunflowers on field 8. Not sure I want to do another sunflower mission, especially after we've done so recently. Or, oh, we don't have a potato one. Oh well. Get it figured out what we want to do next. Like there's a lot of options here for us. We'll be able to figure something out to get some really good harvest in and get some good money. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is our first time down to the barn. Very exciting. Doesn't look like much, but apparently they pay a decent amount for silage bales. So, with that said, hope to see you guys on the next video.